break.
Fuck?
What?
I have a toothpick in my pants. Dude, I went on a walk today.
It's like stabbing you.
Yeah. Do you ever go on walks?
Yeah, I've done that a time or two. Yeah, I think
Getting
I've
down
done that.
to the nitty gritty.
Let's talk about the real things. Y'all walking or what? What's
Yeah. Dude, because I get up and then I lay down.
Hey, you guys ever do this thing where you get out of bed, then you go back to bed?
The second I get up, I'm laying down,
Yeah.
okay?
Mhm.
And I lay down for like hours.
Sure.
And I'm just on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I just have to get up.
Yeah.
And then
And you feel crazy. And I hate how much it helps you when you go on a walk and you're like, right,
oh,
I should have done this
God.
forever ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And it was like, I don't know. I saw like some girl. This is how all my things that I do start. I just saw some girl on Instagram being like, every morning I get up for a walk, or I get up and then I leave and I walk and I come back and I feel good.
Yes, I saw this one too, or
Yeah.
probably a different person, but saying the exact same thing. They're like, are you looking at your phone when you start your day? You're an idiot. They're like, you should get sunlight and walk around. I'm like, yes, but also like it's my alarm. I have
I
texts,
know,
like,
dude.
I
I
don't know what to
can't.
do.
How do you do? I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like you got to get an alarm clock.
I know.
And I look
seems
at
so
I'm like,
intense. Like for
I don't
what?
even know how to fucking work those.
Yeah, and it feels so like I'm doing a little play for myself. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. It feels like something like I'm being recorded right now in my sitcom, and like wake up in the morning, like like smash the alarm clock.
Gotta smash
Gotta
the
s-
alarm clock.
Smash that alarm clock. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
for me. I'm gonna look at my phone.
I
But I
know.
shouldn't.
I know. I feel like when I wake up and I look at my phone, I like all the thoughts in my head just drain.
Yeah.
And I felt like today, the one day I took a walk, I come back and I'm like, oh, I have opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not just like, oh fuck, I didn't do that
Dude.
thing, or I'm not thinking about that person now I'm thinking about. And yeah, I totally agree.
That's probably what social media is really about, is by
Yeah.
like sucking out all of your opinions and
Yeah.
like thoughts. And you're
They're
just
trying to
like,
get us all to be one sheep brain.
dude, I know. Oh my gosh. I think that's one of my darknesses is I can get very
Conspiracy theorist vibes.
yeah,
Mhm.
conspiracy.
Okay. When you click on like one TikTok video, then it's like your full algorithm.
Yeah.
I watched through this one video that's like, Bigfoot's real and here's why. And I watched that through, and now all of my TikToks are like, the government's gonna eat you in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's kind of fun though.
Yeah, it is kind of fun.
It's fun to like listen. I'm like, y'all are crazy, but
It's like-
you're creative.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like gossip.
Yes,
you know?
totally. Gossip that you're not a part of. So
that
it's like
you're not a part
love
of,
this.
and it's the best, and
Mhm.
like drama that you can like put away.
100%.
That's
It's yeah. What else? They're like one I watched this morning was talking about some guy that everyone's saying the FBI kidnapped because he recorded a giant in real life, and I'm like, I hope he's okay. But man, that's so interesting. Like, I'm so glad it doesn't affect me at all. But now I'm thinking about this.
your conspiracy theories are very fantastical.
Yes, they're. Oh my god! And then I saw a dragon one too. They're very like Game of Thrones themed.
Dude, that's
They're like,
so
and then you make out with your brother, right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay.
wait, what?
Like Game of Thrones.
No,
stuff.
I know. Yeah. That's like Game of Thrones. It's in there.
It's in there. Come on.
Like, okay, Sarah. There's like one scene. That's all you remember.
Like the
for
whole
it.
thing is
Yeah.
they all make out with their brother.
Yeah.
That's why I watched.
I don't know. I feel like for whatever like my algorithm, I'll be like, okay, I love when pets like hug other pets and
Sure.
like cats cuddle, and then
Mhm.
I feel like that's what I want,
Yeah.
and then the algorithm is like, no, but what about hot girls?
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
makeup routines? And I'm
Yes.
like, I just want to see cats doing silly shit.
Let me do that, and I try to interact with it. I like it. I'll save it. And then
I
they're
know. I'll
like,
do all
"Yeah."
these
Yeah.
things. I'll like share it to
Yeah.
a million people,
Yes.
and the algorithm is like, nah.
You're trying to trick us.
Yeah, I don't think you want to watch this stuff.
You want to feel bad about your body. That's what you want to do. I know what you really want. And you're like, kinda. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do want to feel bad about myself.
I guess so.
It
If
scratches an
that's-
itch, babe.
yeah. That's like the second most thing I want to do.
Yeah.
That's the second option. The first option is like a monkey that can hug a cat.
Yeah, that's
But-
ideal. I don't know.
Jesus.
Those ones kind of honestly freak me out a little because you know when the monkey's like so like similar to being a person and they have like a little dog that they like love. I'm like, that's a
know.
little like. I'm like, are you a person? Like you have
I
a
know.
pet?
You're
This pet has a
close.
pet?
I know this pet.
I don't like that.
I kind of understand getting a pet because like one time we had like it was our older dog Maddie and she was like really mean and I was like, oh, let's get it a kitten and it will find its heart and like
I know what we'll do. Yeah, put this monster with something it can love.
yeah, and it did not like it
Oh,
at all.
no.
Yeah, it tried
Opposite
to
happened.
yeah, it tried to kill it, and I'm like,
Sure.
okay, forgot you were pure evil.
Just an evil soul.
Yeah.
But I understand the thought behind it. You're like, oh, your nurturing side will come out because you'll feel bad.
Or you're like, you'll have fun with it. You'll
Yeah.
hang out. I don't
Hang
know.
out.
Take it out for a
Take it out
walk. Show it around. You
Your
know,
dog's putting a leash around the cat.
just strangling it.
Come on, we're going for a rock, kitty. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
No, bad.
But okay, so thanks for coming on the podcast.
I'm so excited to be here.
This is
We're going to
great.
get into the thick of it now.
This
Is that what you're going to do?
I think so. Smooth transitions.
I love it.
So this is kind of like a self-hating podcast. This is kind of like podcast truly about anything. What is it about? Kind of about anything.
Kind
but
of like if your algorithm came alive and
yeah. Kind of about like whatever you want it to be.
yeah.
But we do talk about
Mm-hmm.
why we hate ourselves and just like I don't know why we suck.
Yeah.
And so what do you got for us?
So much. And
So much.
I'm also like, God, do I go to therapy like twice this week after this podcast? Like all the things that you're like, this is okay is like, no, it's not.
No, it's
You
not.
gotta work through it.
Yeah.
I literally made a list, which also might be something bad about myself that I'm like, I think my main issue is I give so many fucks
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like I really care in a way that I wish I just could chill out.
Yeah.
Like the fact I was like, gotta do research for Elle's podcast. And I'm like sitting in my room, like writing a little list.
Dude,
and, like,
you know what? I was thinking about this and I am like this too in a way where I can't fucking chill.
Yeah.
And I think it's because as a child I was so cringy.
Mhm.
Like I was
Yes.
such like
yeah.
I would literally do the most like embarrassing shit that I feel like now I can't trust myself.
100%. I do not trust myself to like have a normal like opinion
Yeah.
on anything. So
Yeah.
I really have to think about it. I'm somebody that's like, if I'm gonna do something, I get everyone's opinion first to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not psycho for some reason.
For so and it's
Yeah.
like the most normal
No,
thing.
totally. Yeah. But I think I wish I really gave less fucks, especially I feel like in comedy too, it's so weird because everyone's like fronts like they're so chill. And I just like can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so like, aren't you
Hey.
guys not caring enough? Hi. Yeah, my energy. I was like, hey, what's going on? And I'm gonna fill the
Yeah.
space. And what do you need? And do you need water? Okay, I'll like
Yeah.
that energy is so much sometimes. And I'm trying to
No.
be like, I'm nice, but it's also like, God, just like take a Xanax. Like, what is your fucking problem?
It's good to have energy. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of comics that have. I think it like all comics are like two people. They're
Totally.
either high energy or low energy.
Yeah.
And just because you're high energy, that's like
not
totally all
bad.
right.
Your
But-
podcast is changing. You're like, actually, that's a really good thing, Sarah.
Yeah,
We're
I
finding
know,
out that it's
like-
nice.
Honestly, whenever I have girls on, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be like, no, that's okay.
You're like, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
you're like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
you look
that's
like
gross.
a fool.
I like talk them on the ledge.
Yeah.
You're
You're like,
I'm like,
why
do
haven't
it.
you killed yourself? Though?
Yeah.
Really.
You should jump.
You should do it. You have a very
Um,
chill energy that I always am jealous of.
I don't know if I like try, but that's the thing. I think I just operate. I think I'm just like dumb, and I just like operate at a very slow pace.
Yeah. But that's
and
better because you just take your time.
But I still have like a lot of anxiety and shit like
It
that.
just comes out in different ways.
Yeah, but
What's your anxious? Like, if you're feeling anxious in a space, like, what do you do?
I either try to leave or because I'm just like there have been times where I'm like, no, I can do this. I'm just gonna
I can push through.
I can push through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join the conversation. I'm
100%.
gonna say something great, and
Mhm.
it's gonna
Everyone's gonna love it.
everything's gonna change. And
I'm gonna sit at the cool kids table.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like I dig myself in such a deeper hole,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I should have just left.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, which
100%.
is probably not the advice to take. Like,
Yeah.
this is not
advice podcast.
Yeah, this is not an advice. I mean,
This
you
is a
can
hating
take
yourself
yeah, you
podcast.
can take my advice for sure, but
Yeah.
it does make me feel like I don't know. I think overall I'm trying to get to my most authentic like self where I'm like and I think my most authentic self would just leave.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
think
Yeah.
I just like to tap out
Sure.
of some situations.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
it's so hard to like decide that because sometimes it's like, well, maybe I should stick around and try to like push myself and do like exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, there's just some people because you get to know like certain like characters even
Mhm.
like in comedy and you're like
Yeah.
I know if I have a conversation with this person
Yeah.
it's just not gonna go well.
Yeah,
Like I'm
totally.
never like I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just like I can only have so much energy and I feel like sometimes people take my energy like personally.
Mhm.
They're like, oh, are you I feel like people think like
Yeah.
I'm not excited to see them.
Right. Or that you're like mad or you're being like, are you somebody that people are like, oh, she is like resting bitch face or she's like,
I think people think I'm like big dicking them.
right. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
You're never.
I'm just like here, you
Yeah,
know,
you're
I'm just
chilling all the time.
I'm like, really, I have no
Yeah.
thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
Like I'm not,
Just kind of floating around.
yeah, just like, just want to do my set and
Yeah.
kind of leave. And
Yeah.
then like, I'm not, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you have like a lot of thoughts though? Like when
I
you
have
go,
so many thoughts all the time.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
like if I'm anxious in a space, it's like opposite of you, where like I over talk and I overshare. Like whenever someone's like,
Which is
"Hey,
so
how are
funny.
you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Really good." But the craziest thing happened to me this morning. So I got on the train and this guy looked at me weird, and I just like go into like some story that no one gives a shit about, or like I try to conjure like a fun anecdote, and everyone's just kind of like, "Cool." And I'm like,
I
I'm
will
gonna go kill myself.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. And you do
Ugh.
it like every single time you speak to someone.
All the time, like especially if I'm anxious, because like if it's somebody that I'm trying to like be like funny in front of or like impress, then I really
Yeah.
am like, watch me, and then
Yeah.
I'll like do it. And I'm like, why the fuck did you just sit still for 1 second?
Yeah.
Or like I think I'm pretty extroverted, but sometimes I forget that it's like you don't have to be all the time. Like I'll walk by people on the street and like I could just be like, hey, and sometimes be like, hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. I saw on Instagram that like I'm like, just walk away. Like just walk away. They don't want to talk to you right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I totally get
Yeah.
that. I think I feel like though at the same time
Mhm.
I understand like hating and I'm totally doing the same thing where I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, everything you said is quite okay.
Totally.
It's totally
Totally.
fine.
Yeah. But for yourself, you're
You're
always
like,
just like, I'm so just like hypercritical. We're all just freaking out.
I read this article on anxiety. I don't even know. It's like just some random
Anxiety.com.
yeah, not even a
gotta
.com, like a
subscribe.
very like
Yeah.
unreliable source type of
Yeah.
website.
.edu. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, is this a college?
Just like riddled with
Yeah.
ads and stuff.
Perfect. Yeah.
And but it was like the best thing I ever read about anxiety. And if you think I'm gonna regurgitate it to you in a like understandable fashion, you're very wrong. But
And
I'm
I
gonna
can't
say
wait to see where it comes out.
it's like it basically said like anxiety is like your especially specifically social anxiety, like
Mhm.
you're trying to like prove to the other person that you're like worthy of their time. So it's not really
Totally.
you're just like anxious about them like accepting you. So then
100%.
you feel all this pressure when it's like if you just let go of that
Them. Yeah.
want to like please people and you're just like yourself,
Mhm.
then you're you know
Then
you're
it's good.
free.
Yeah. Then you're finally free.
Then you're just free. And I'm
Ugh,
like,
yeah.
hot damn. I
Hot
feel
damn.
like there are just some people I meet and for I don't even know why. This is why I think it's kind of interesting like when you meet someone and you
Yeah.
don't vibe or you're like
Yeah.
immediately trying to impress them.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nonverbal like cues or something that you're personally picking up that tells you you have to like perform for this
Totally.
person,
And
which is so weird.
I feel like, not to be so therapy podcast, but I'm sure it goes back to like how you're raised or like your parents or like you like if you see that energy in someone that you're like, oh, I gotta impress impress that person. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like my mom and dad, or they're like,
I feel like whenever I see a tall person, I'm like, I gotta
win them over.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so stupid. I
It's
feel
so-
such a like.
Yeah.
There's like an authority there that I hate. Like where I'm like, I fold every time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, and you're my dad now, though.
Yeah,
Like,
you are my parents. I
yeah.
don't know what it. I think I just get like intimidated from the height, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck you, you're tall."
Yes, and they didn't work for it at all. There's genetics. And
They're
you're
just like tall, yeah, and it's just like
Yeah.
immediate acceptance.
Mhm.
I wonder if they feel awkward though, because like if everyone's down here and you're up here,
Yeah. But I feel like for guys, if you're tall, that's so easy. Like, I mean, I'm sure it is weird for some people, but it's like you automatically have like a power, and that's so nice.
it is pretty funny to think like all the other guys are like jealous of you
Yeah.
just because of your height, and
Yeah.
it's like you, or like at least you think that, or not. I think other guys truly get jealous of tall men,
100%.
which is so
They say
funny.
the craziest things to them. That's like because I don't think guys comment on each other's like bodies as much or like notice that, except for height and mustache.
But
Guys
that's-
love to compliment a mustache on
They
each
love
other.
they love thick hair.
Thick hair.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, you're such a man." They just want like a
You're
lumberjack.
like- yeah, yeah.
They want to all be lumberjacks.
Yeah, I think it's just a funny idea because I've totally grown out of like the tall man.
Mhm.
Like tall guys are totally fine, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like, whoa, he's tall. I
Yeah.
feel like I've lived on this earth long enough to be like,
Mhm.
yeah, tall people exist,
And that's fine.
And it's
I'll
not-
allow it.
and it's like
I
not
don't have
weird.
to be in love with them.
Yeah, I don't have to like try
I don't
to
have to make them obsessed with me.
yeah.
Yeah. You like a short guy.
I like a short.
Famously.
I don't know. I just feel like it's less intimidating too. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, it goes back to exactly what I was just saying, but it's like also you can like look someone in their eye,
Right. Immediately.
And I feel like it's like
Yeah.
a buddy, you know?
Yeah, just a
It's-
little guy.
yeah, it's not like
just a friend. Not like an unattainable height thing. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy to be wouldn't want to, well, I won't say that. I was going to say I don't want to be a tall woman, but I feel like there's a power there too. That's nice.
I mean, whenever I see a tall couple, I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
They found each other.
They found each other.
And that's beautiful.
And they're so tall. And I think they just look like avatars or something.
Yeah.
Just walking around. I'm like,
Just being
wow, you
majestic
guys.
as hell.
I
Yeah,
know.
that is crazy.
And they're so impressive together. Like, I feel like if a tall guy left me for a tall girl, I'd be like, yeah, you want to be with your own
Yeah.
kind.
Of course.
You both
want
want to.
find an equal playing field.
Yeah. You
God.
guys both want to, like, be able to reach stuff.
Yeah, and that's nice. And they don't want to be the sole provider for shelves. So
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah,
You're like, that's too much pressure. I can't
yeah,
do
that's
all
a
of this.
lot. That's a lot.
I'm going back to my list because I had other things.
Go back to your list, babe.
All my things. Okay, wait, go
What's
ahead.
up?
I was gonna say I am very susceptible to like picking up on trends, but like too late. Like I say slay all the time now, and I think that's kind of gone. Like those sort of things.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
I wonder if that's because we're getting older and
Probably.
it just takes some time for us to like grasp.
Uh,
Like, okay, what does this mean?
Yeah.
How do we
In
use
what
it
context?
yeah.
how do I not be cringe?
Yeah.
I'm getting opinions from
Dude.
everybody the whole time.
Honestly, I think the worst thing personally I could be is like cringe. I
Yeah.
think
It's
that's
just deep in your core.
that's just like
demon.
so, dude. I can't even tell you. When I was a kid, I
Yeah,
think
what
my
did you do?
entire childhood career, I was trying.
career. When I was working in business as a child, when I was employed as a child.
I just like I wanted to be like a teen pop star.
Oh yeah,
just
of
so
course.
bad.
Did you ever sing or like do?
I tried so hard to be a good singer. I'm such a bad
Oh,
singer.
no. Did you take classes?
No, I mean, I think I did take one class,
Sure.
but I would just like force my cousins. I would be like, listen to this.
Oh my god! And
do
just
it.
lean over.
And they'd be
Want to
like,
hear something crazy?
and dude, me and my one cousin, like, she would have me sing like that Annie song, like the sun will come.
Tomorrow.
And
She would have you sing it?
Yeah, over and over. And
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
I think it's getting good. I think
Oh my
it's-
god! She's your coach the whole
dude.
time.
And
Would she then have you present to the other cousins?
no,
It was
no.
just you two.
It was just us two. But then like there was this period of time when I got older, I was like, you know, the Lion King song, like in the beginning, like the Nas, that I would sing that for my entire family.
And you go, everyone sit down and shut up. A performance is about to happen.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah, Savannah. Dude,
you didn't even do the like chorus, the circle. You're like, let me hit these beats. I don't even know what they are.
They're just like, I think they're like, I mean, I don't even know if they're real African words.
Sure, or if it was just Disney being like, this sounds good.
Sounds like Africa.
Yeah. Just all the whitest people in the room being like, yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So cringe.
So you never took lessons. You were just, or did you? You took singing lessons?
I think I took one, but it was like through this, like my school.
Yeah.
Like my Catholic school.
Yeah.
And when I was really young, and they were just like, you should
just stop.
And I would always like,
it.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was so, I mean, thank God everyone else was kids at the time.
Of course. Also, that's like what's crazy now. I'm sure you've seen like all those TikToks now that it's like 13-year-olds now, and they're like so hot and like doing all these moves and look amazing and know how to do makeup. And then it's like me 13. It's like me on a MacBook Pro singing Justin Bieber in like a weird costume. Like,
right.
They don't have that anymore because everything's online.
I wonder if they have like better social skills than us.
I think no.
You think no?
Yeah, I think they're so online. Like, I think they know how to present better than we do, but I don't think like they know how to like interact with another person as well.
I think so too, because I was outside of New York with some of the bartenders or whatever, and we were just like hanging out after a show, and these two like clearly like, I mean, I think they were like 21 years old, like Gen Z people. They like walk up to us and they're like, can we talk to you guys? And we're like, okay. And I was like, that's weird.
Such an odd approach. Yeah.
And but maybe it was confident, but then the girl was like, so what do you do? And I was like, and then one of the bartenders was like, oh, she's like a comedian. And the girl was like, oh, so you like tell like really bad jokes. And I was like,
okay, this girl just sounds like a bitch.
I was like, dude, what? Who the fuck are you? I was like, in what world do you think like that's good. Like normal?
I feel like that's somebody that just loves like thinks negging is like cool. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, you're gonna learn that this is just, you sound like a jerk. Like, what are you doing?
It was so weird. But then I was like, is that confident? Or is that just like,
is being confident being mean?
yeah.
Hang on. I think we're on to something here. No,
I think some people think
totally.
It is.
Especially like flirting wise. Like, I just like hate that energy. Like if people think being mean is like confident or flirting when they're like, you look stupid in that, and you're just like,
oh my
what?
God, dude, last
Why are you
night
doing that?
again when I'm in New York, all this shit happens.
Yeah,
this guy
be
sits
careful.
next to I know, what the fuck. This guy, he's not a comic. He sits next to me like in the, I guess, comic area, and he's like, so what are you writing? And I was
God.
Stand up. And he was like, anything good? And I was like, oh my God,
it's
no
insane. Yeah. No. Oh, no.
Nothing.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. I'm here because I'm really bad at stand-up.
Yeah, and I do this every night because I'm bad at it, and I get paid to be here because they want to see a bad comic on stage.
Yeah.
It's
fucking idiot.
I don't know. I think it's just comedy. People everyone thinks that they can do it, and I think that's what it is. There's no respect.
No respect.
We don't get any respect. The cousin performance, just back to that, because I did this all the time too growing up, and I think that is like such a pivotal part of like learning what's cringe or knowing social skills, because we would do full plays. Like we'd have our full family sit down, we'd act out Grease, we'd like sing songs, and
this was our TikTok.
Yes,
our family watching us was our TikTok.
That's our followers.
Yeah, those
like, oh my God. My grandpa and Uncle Jim are watching.
Dude,
I have 100K right now.
I know.
I just got more because my Buster and Uncle Jim is watching. That means I got a blue check.
That's funny.
So real though.
Dude. Yeah, and I hate how like our family members they have all these memories in their head.
Of course.
And it's like, how do you even like talk to me anymore?
Yeah. How do you look me in the eyes?
Yeah, dude.
No, we do so many. We had like try to make up commercials. We'd have talent shows. I would try to sing too.
Yeah.
And my cousin at one point was like, wow, you're really good. And I was like, thank you. And then the next year at Thanksgiving, she was like, remember when you used to be able to sing? And I was like, devastated. It's like, now I can never sing again.
Dude, no. Cousins are
brutal.
so fucking mean sometimes.
I know. But you need them. It's like the perfect dynamic of, because like you trust them more than your siblings because you're like, fuck you guys. Like I see you every day. But it's not like a friend. So you're less like scared to be cringe around them.
I know. It's like more than a friend.
Yeah.
But less.
Because you're dating them.
Because you are. Yeah.
Back to Game of Thrones.
You guys hook up. Yeah.
Hook up. Yeah.
Yeah. Not your brother. That's what you do with your cousin.
Yeah, your cousin. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I meant cousin.
Wow. I do that bit way too much. Like where I'm like, yeah, and I fucked my cousin. And, like with too many
people.
Different like
in different elements.
I don't know why. I just think it's funny. Like
it's
I
funny
know
to
a lot
say.
of people take it seriously, but it's like I feel like the people who take it seriously actually hook up with their cousin.
They're thinking about it. That's why.
They're thinking about it.
You kind of have Southern roots, right? So then people, maybe that's part of it.
Maybe
people
they think
like,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
They're
she
like,
means it.
You can't do that.
Hey, whoa.
They're just worried. I'm actually
like, I gotta get on the phone with your cousin.
Yeah. They're like, you already talk so slow. You can't do this, Elle.
You seem so dumb.
Yeah.
Don't do that too.
Are you sure your parents aren't already cousins? I don't know. My parents are like Dan and Dana.
They are their
I know.
names. Dan and
I
Dana.
know.
Have you ever dated someone that had the same? Well, no, Elle is. I was gonna say dated someone with the same name as you, because people do that. Like I know people that have gotten married that are both named the same name, and that's like
That's creepy.
yeah.
No, that's not okay. I think people do that and think like, oh, isn't this crazy?
Isn't this
and
cute?
then they like kind of ride the relationship off of the fact that they have the same name or they have the same birthday, and it's like that means we're meant for each other.
Totally.
I think it's just like a numbers thing.
I think it's just kind of an odds thing that a lot of people in the 90s were named Sam and Samantha. You know.
Yeah. Also, like, what's the same name? Like Dana and Dana. A guy named Dana is just not okay.
Yeah, that's an odd choice by the parents. Dana, I don't know. You could do like Taylor and Taylor.
Oh yeah.
Or like
that's just weird though. I don't know.
I don't think I'd like it.
I guess I could have dated an Ellis. I had a friend growing up. His name was Ellis, and then
thought you were gonna say Ellen. I was like, well,
well. And people sometimes call him Elle, like as a nickname, whatever, just
you're
short.
Like, that's mine.
Yeah.
Taken. People on the corner.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
You in the 6th grade. Excuse me. I think there's a situation. There's only room for one now.
I'm so glad we didn't know each other as kids, because I feel like we would have been so weird together.
So we would have taken each other down. We would have never made it out of any social situation.
We're just so weird.
I've just done voices and been a horse girl forever. Were you ever a horse girl at one point?
No, I could have been though. I think my parents were just like not.
They were too cool.
No,
I luckily have very cool parents, but I could have gone down. Like they honestly saved me from being a little freak.
Did you do horses?
I was horsey all the time.
It's
I was
expensive.
Like this around. Well, no, not riding. I was horse. Like I was. Do you not know about this thing? Oh no!
wait, where you were the horse?
It's so much worse. Cause like me and like friends. I was like 9.
No,
okay, this isn't crazy. Other people have done horse girl, and everyone come into Elle's comments and remind her that this happens. Where we at lunch like meet up on the field, and we'd be like, let's play horses, and then you'd be like, and you'd run around.
Okay, that's like, I forgot that there's like
there's levels.
Horse. There's levels. There's horse girl, and then there's like girl who is horse.
And then there's a new level. This is the new. For horse girl, this is 100K. Is if you ride. Have you seen these girls that ride stick horses in competitions? This is my
Oh.
TikTok now too. Oh no.
Sorry.
So rude of you.
Sorry.
On my podcast.
On my Sarah's
horsetalk.com.
Oh man, that was a much needed mental break. It's like, holy shit, they ride.
I feel like I have to come back to reality.
So they ride
I'll send you
sticks.
videos. Have you seen like horses
How is
on
that?
a stick?
I think I have seen that,
Uh-huh.
and people are like clapping. I'm like,
Yeah,
what are they
they're like
clapping
in
for?
an arena and they ride the horse and they like jump over little like vaults and stuff or whatever they're called, hurdles.
Yeah.
On their little stick horse, and it's a competition.
Dude,
It's crazy.
it's so weird.
There's a lot of levels. I never
Wait,
did
so
that. 'cause
how
I'm
old were you when
chill.
you were?
Probably like 8 or 9.
Okay, that's okay. That's
I was
okay.
like 22.
Just in the park.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you go on a walk, I go for a ride. And it's just me in the park.
You go for a gallop.
I go
every
for a
morning?
gallop. Yeah.
Dude,
A trot, if you will.
there has to be one person in
100%.
LA, in New York.
100%. Central Park, any weird park. There's so many things happening.
There's
a
to be
girly
a
there.
gallop person. Dude.
I saw this girl in my dog park by my house that was digging with the dogs. Like all these dogs were digging up a little branch, and she was full hands and knees, like scraping the dirt out.
Was she she was in the dog park?
In the dog park with the dogs. All the other dog owners were like,
Oh
she
my
was
God.
just going for it. So
I
yeah, there's
mean,
definitely a horse girl somewhere, because
that's like that TLC, like
yeah,
My Strange Addiction, and it's
Totally.
like pretending I'm a dog.
yeah,
That's a lot. That's a lot of diseases that are in there.
I know. And like she's like with her bare hands.
Oh, did you sit and watch her?
I was like I walked by twice. I was like, is this happening for real?
I think if that shit happens, you're allowed to just stare.
I would like that. I would agree.
Yeah.
Because you have to be like shamed in some way.
I know.
You have
yeah.
to know that that's bad.
For sure.
We
Yeah.
need
This is
shaming.
not.
That's what this podcast is about.
I
Let's
think-
feel shame more.
For sure. We gotta shame people. I
Yeah.
think. I feel like the reason why people might not is
Mhm.
because the rise of TikTok autism, and so
Yeah.
we're like, oh, like anyone could be autistic.
Sure.
And
I
so
can
you're
do
like,
anything. It's
yeah.
like, well, yes, but also really no. I'd prefer there to be some decorum in public space.
But then what if I would be afraid that I go up to the dog girl and be like, hey, what the fuck? And then she's like, I'm autistic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I'm
sorry, be
sorry.
a dog. You
Yeah,
know? Or
you're
like
right. Do
whatever.
whatever you
You
need.
have all these like mental issues, and then
Yeah, that's what. And then they can just kind of do whatever. Because yeah, I'm gonna be like, you're right. I'm sorry.
you're right, Sarah.
Bye.
We gotta take down autistic people.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's what we gotta do.
All these fakers.
All these fake. I don't know. I mean, some of them. I think like. I was gonna say something, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Let's just say I have a friend who.
Let's just say you're like me. I feel like it's me.
It's me. No, I have a friend who like went down the autistic like TikTok thing and was like, I'm mad at my parents because they never told me I was autistic.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not.
Right.
You're just not. I mean, why do you think you are?
Yeah.
Like you're dyslexic for sure.
Sure.
As fuck.
Did they
but-
say like what parts made them think that?
It's like everything that makes them dyslexic. They're like, I'm autistic. I'm like,
Right. They're
he's
just
like, I can't read, and I'm like, yeah, because you're dyslexic.
yeah.
dude."
Right. Right.
And he's like, no, that's autism.
It's autism. It's like, no, that's dyslexia.
Yeah.
It's actually been decided.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's other elements I don't know about, but I think like, yeah, I do think it's like the rise of us all self-diagnosing online and just TikToks being like, if you stare at the screen for 4 seconds, you should go to the doctor. And you're like, well, also this is an addictive app. Like, why am I?
Dude,
You know what
I know it's. I mean, I tried to unfollow everyone on TikTok. Well, I did.
Yeah.
And see if that helps.
mean?
It doesn't.
No.
I'm like,
It remembers everything.
it remembers everything. I mean, I think it's better for me to not like go through just like other comics stuff because I just want to like
Yeah, that's healthier.
take a mental break.
Yeah.
Sometimes I mean, I space out so much, but I need more
Yeah.
mental breaks than that.
I need more purposeful space
Yeah.
out sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about Israel and Palestine?
I was like, oh no, where's that gonna go next?
So
what else
who's
can we
right?
hit on? Oh yeah, let's keep it casual. This is like a really casual
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Your stance?
Yeah. Tell me now. No.
God.
Do not.
Yeah,
Don't you fuck.
my demon is that I don't have the right to have an opinion on that.
Our opinion is that
online,
it's not
being recorded.
tight.
It's not tight. No one should die. War sucks. War is evil, and everyone should have equal access to medicine and healthcare and everything. And we could do it. We could do it if billionaires were fucking chill for once.
I think we just need. I think one of the countries just needs to get like the biggest bomb of all time, and then everyone else
rule
will.
the world.
Yeah, then everyone else
Cool.
will.
That
shut
sounds
up.
safe.
Yeah, that sounds. Let's
That
do
sounds good.
Oppenheimer, but like bigger.
But bigger and better.
Yeah.
Triple XD Oppenheimer.
That's what we need now more than ever.
yeah. Oppenheimer vibes.
Oppenheimer.
Do you feel
vibes.
like you found more demons through this podcast, or do you feel like you're like working on them?
That's a good question. I think I like notice things that aren't great about my personality. I guess a little bit more like I'm like super impatient, or I have a lot of intrusive thoughts and I never act on them, but they're like pretty crazy.
They're strong.
They're there.
Do you think like so you're now just clocking that because you're trying to be like, what would I like to change? And
not even like maybe not change, but I think we all have like aspects, because like people are like complicated, and even like your best friend like has qualities that aren't like awesome,
right? 100%.
No one's
and perfect.
No one's
hey guys, no one's perfect.
You gotta
Think
work
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
You gotta work it again and again till I get it right.
In the great words of Hannah Montana,
yeah.
I feel like I had like a good wow, breaking the fourth dude, I keep on seeing videos about breaking the fourth wall, and I didn't know what it meant. Do you know what I didn't know meant for the longest time?
What?
You know that song I'm Bringing Sexy Back?
Yeah.
I thought he was saying like I'm bringing my sexy back, like his back is sexy. And I was just like, I don't get it.
You're like, I've never been turned on by a back before.
And I was like, okay.
Like you thought he was like, I'm packing up my sexy back.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing it.
And I'm bringing
my sexy back.
I'm bringing it.
I'm bringing my personal sexy back. That is hilarious.
You know what those like mental exercises where it's like, if you look at the mask, is it like inwards or outwards?
Yeah. It's that, but the sentence.
But like, with
is he
sexy
bringing
back?
his back, or is it a sexy? He's bringing sexy back.
I know.
I get it. I get the confusion.
I was afraid it meant like I was schizophrenic.
Yeah. I used to get like lyrics wrong all the time. Like,
yeah.
Like I remember the Carrie Underwood song that was like, I dug my key into the side. I used to think it was like pretty little, I forgot, something that was like so wrong, and I used to sing it all the time.
Yeah, I think there's this would be a good segment, but that's not really relevant to the podcast at all. But
both of us are falling off our trains of thought, so
totally
let's bring a new segment. I'm like, here's a song I thought I remembered, but I didn't remember, but I don't remember what I called it. That's literally what I just said.
The good story.
The really good story.
Yeah. The good story segment.
What's the segment that you want to bring in?
Okay, here we go. What's a good like breakup text that you would send?
Oh,
do you send like do you like overly not like apologize, but give them like information of like why it's not working, or are you just like very short and like not into it? Bye.
Let me look, because I did that earlier this year. Not like breakup, but like end the like hookup situation. Okay. Now I'm like embarrassed to read it. Okay, I said, I know we talked this is so vulnerable. I said, I know we talked about doing something casual, but I realize now I'm only interested in trying something more serious.
Yeah, it's like a diary entry
so
from like
intense.
second grade.
I know. I'm like, I think you're wonderful, but I think we're just looking for different outcomes right now. I had a lot of fun, and I hope I'll see you around.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thanks. Tried a little like end with a nice thing. And
did they take it well?
Yeah. hey, I'm bummed to hear that. Since
Ooh.
I was having fun. So
Did
maybe
they
not.
take it well?
Yeah. Hey, I'm bummed to hear that.
Yeah.
Said, hey, I'm bummed to hear that since I was having fun getting to know you and I wanted to see where this might go, even though I wanted to take it slow. I get it though, and all good. I hope to see you around too. And of course, on that Netflix special you have in a few years, very supportive, very kind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was a nice person, but
That's cute.
I wasn't interested. And I feel like that's good. That's what I want to like not give a reason, but I would never ghost. Like I would not ever ghost somebody.
Can I just say something? I have tried, I think in the past I went for the very like unavailable type of guys.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to be more healthy and be like, if you do not show like obvious interest in me and like consistent, then like we can't.
What are we doing?
It's like a no. And
That's
then
good.
I feel like when I do meet, you know, the guys that are like consistent and like available and things like that, they also have huge like other type of red flags.
Totally. Yeah.
Like the issue isn't like their unavailability.
They're so available.
It's like they're like a pyro or like, you know, it's like
something casual, like they're a pyro or whatever.
or like whatever. Like they're just,
there's something else.
there's something
always
else
something
big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you can't
win them all.
or how do you like, I feel like it's also an issue with age, because I feel like when I was younger it was easier to like someone because you're like, oh,
whatever, and you feel like you can adjust to them more quickly too, versus now it's like I've figured myself out, I like myself more.
You're more self-aware.
Yeah,
so you're
totally.
too self-aware that you can't even aware of themselves too.
Right,
so
right.
it's like I don't know if we could
we can make
how do
this
you
work.
even date anyone because you're like seeing all their problems like immediately
all the time. Yeah, and I think it's just like accepting it. Like at one point you just kind of have to be like
pushing
okay,
through.
like I see these things and I'm willing to work with them, and like that is what it is.
I know, and not try to like obviously change them.
100%.
Sneakily.
Be like, hey, don't you want to like maybe not act like that all the time? But I think, I don't know. Are you trying to send a breakup thing, or why are you asking that?
No, I guess I just wrote it down in this list of like Elle Diablo questions. I don't know if that's like,
I feel like it's like
I think it says like a lot about, I don't know
who you are. I feel like it's good to, I'm just a very like positive sandwich person where it's like say something nice, say the context of the bad thing.
Oh, that's pretty
and then
good.
Say something nice again.
I think it's very hard for guys to figure out like a breakup text.
Yeah, they get confused.
They get very confused. And they're like, how do I just tell her no? And I can't, so I'm just gonna like ghost her.
Right. And what I think guys are so concerned about being the bad guy, where it's like they're gonna be mad no matter what. So like whatever's gonna give you like
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're gonna be uncomfortable. Like it is what it is. But I think that's why people ghost sometimes, when they're like they don't even want to face the potential confrontation. That it's like it's better to do that, in my opinion, than to just be like, I don't exist anymore. Like that's crazy.
Like I don't exist anymore.
Not here.
Yeah. Oops, I'm gone.
'Cause that's so. And I also just always think about like bumping into that person again, because it's like it's bound to happen. Like it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so when that happens, I want to feel like closure within my actions.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Closure.
Closure, the artist. In my
Closure.
Closure.
The artist.
The artist.
Yeah, I also I don't know why I randomly thought of this, but my therapist was like so mean to me the other day.
What?
She was just like I was telling her how it's hard to find like a day job right now.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I said like, 'cause of the inflation stuff with whatever. I think it has something to do with the Ukraine war or something like that.
Sure.
And that's what I tell myself.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
It's Russia.
It's
I can't,
definitely Putin.
Dad, I can't find a job because of Russia. Yeah. And she's like, is it hard? I feel like it's not hard for anyone to find a job right now. And I was like, oh my God, that's so mean.
That's crazy.
That's so funny though. I was like, wow, you're really dunking on me right now.
Yeah, she's really like, are you sure? Or, yeah, she's supposed to validate your feelings. She's like, you're actually kind of crazy for that.
You're actually, I feel like
an idiot.
I feel like you're just like bad at your job.
Yeah, I feel like you're not trying hard enough. That's just like full back to like your mom being like, do better. And you're just like, oh.
Have you ever like been, do you do the therapy?
I need to get one right now. I'm off the stuff right now.
Dude, I kind of want to be off the stuff. Like, I feel
wanna be
weird with my
back.
therapist.
I like broke up with mine probably a year ago just because I was like, I feel like we're not
on the same page.
Yeah, things aren't happening. Like I saw her for like over a year. I was like, nothing really changed.
How did you break up with her?
That's the real breakup. That's the hardest breakup of all.
Yeah.
I think I just emailed her and I was like, thank you for the help. Like whatever. I did exactly the same. I did compliment, insult, compliment. Said I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun getting to know you. I'm actually looking for something more serious.
That's so funny.
Like meds. I'm like a psychiatrist, not a therapist.
Like Xanax or something.
But I think I just said like blah blah blah. I truly was like, I think you've done a great job. I don't think that this is working. But
what'd she say?
She was just like, I wish you all the best. I thought we were having fun together.
Did she actually?
I was wrong. No, she just was like, thanks for letting me know, and like, I hope you find what you're looking for. I don't know.
That's so funny.
I don't know what she said, but
you find what you're looking for.
Hope you find what you're looking for. I'm shocked it's not
and
me.
She was
but
like, "That's a bummer."
That's a bummer. Yeah, but
that's a big bummer. That's so funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of weird. Like,
are you gonna
what?
I was gonna say, are you gonna break up with yours?
Maybe. I hope she doesn't listen to my podcast. I don't know
That's
if she's allowed
so
to.
Weird. Like,
is she allowed to?
Definitely not. I've heard other comics say though that like their therapist has been like, I saw some of your clips, and like that's crazy. That should not be allowed.
Even if it's like just you see it by accident,
sure.
Like it pops up on your feed. Exit out.
That's like,
I would not be able to exit out if I was a therapist. I would
like,
I gotta see.
Yeah.
I gotta.
And I have so many friends that are therapists, and they're like really good therapists, but I'm still like, you guys are just like my friends. Like, you know, like you're gonna watch the TikTok if you see it. You want the gossip. Like, yeah.
You can't trust them. You can't trust them at all.
No.
You're just fucking Brittany, dude.
Yeah.
You're still
just
a bitch.
my girl. Yeah.
You're still a fucking bitch. You're a therapist, you're a bitch.
Yeah. I feel like some of the most toxic people get into therapy though too.
Really?
Yeah. Not my girly pops. They're the best. But like, like
that's interesting.
You know, it's like like nurses, you know, or it's like the worst girl that you've ever met is a nurse, and you're like, what the fuck?
But nurses are like, they're not necessarily. It's kind of like a brutal job.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of gotta be like tough,
or just. I think anyone can be a nurse.
Yeah.
It does sound like
it's a lot of work,
I think it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It would totally turn me into a bitch for sure.
Yeah. I would never be able to pass. You have to know so much stuff. It's crazy.
For
like
a
more
nurse.
than doctor. Yeah. More than doctor.
More than doctor. Know a lot.
No more doctor. Nurse bet. Nurse big and good. Doctor small and dumb.
Dude, my doctor, he's like this old Indian guy, and his name's Gandhi.
No.
Yeah,
really?
And it's like the real Gandhi.
And it's for real. And
yeah.
He's reincarnated.
He came back. Yeah, he came back as my primary care doctor.
Have you gone to him for a while?
I saw him like last year. I don't really go to PCPs unless there's like
something that's
whatever.
Going on.
And I go to him, and he's like, wow, you're like losing weight. And I'm like,
you're like, okay.
I was like,
stop flirting with me.
All right, well. And then he was like, and I was like, well, you know, like I like started working out, and I always lose weight if I work out, like no matter what I do, even if I run like a mile a day, like I'll still.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it's really hard.
So annoying.
It's my my battle, my hill.
Yeah, that's your demon.
That's my demon.
Skinny.
Yeah, I get so skinny when I work out, and I get so like hot, and
it's really hard for me.
It's very like everyone wants to like fuck me. It's annoying.
It sucks.
And he was like, we just have to like watch your weight to make sure you don't lose too much weight. And I was like, dude, I am obsessed with you.
I love you.
Dude.
He says this to every like girl patient. He's like,
he just wants to sleep with them.
Yeah,
yeah. You want to sleep next to
back.
me? Yeah.
You should really like. You're getting so frail. Like I gotta take care of you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You should sleep in my bed.
Yeah. You're so cold. Lie down for a little.
Yeah.
I love when you can find a good doctor. I finally found a good gynecologist.
Ayo.
And my God.
Guy or girl?
Girl. Never guy.
Dude.
That's so weird to me. Do you have a guy?
No, I used to have like I think he was like 100 years old.
Yeah, probably.
And he fingered
It was
me.
Gandhi.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Ah!
I know.
It's so crazy. They're all up in there.
I know. They're all up in there.
Yeah. This girl is the best. She's like literally like our age, which also makes me feel terrible because she's a full doctor. And she's like, "Hey girl." I'm like, "Hey." I'm still figuring it out.
Crazy.
Yeah. But she was so cool and just like talked to me, because every time I go I get so stressed because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to know. I don't know what to like. They always are asking me questions. I'm like, I haven't been here in like 3 years. Like, I don't remember. She was like, "That's totally chill." She's like, "Absolutely, we'll chat."
Oh,
like,
I loved that
her.
type of doctor, dude.
She's like, the like small talk too you make is crazy when they're like clamping open your vagina. And they're like, "So how long have you lived in New York?"
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Just like a super personable doctor.
Yeah.
It's honestly just like a really refreshing.
Yeah, it's like rare.
Yeah.
But you have Gandhi, so
I've Gandhi.
You'll
And then I
never-
have like my skin doctor what are those called? Dermatologist. She's great. She's like, "Do you go outside ever?" And
you're like, "No."
no. And she's like, "I love that."
That's
and
so
I was like,
cool.
"Oh my
Really?
God." Well, yeah, she's like, "That's really good." I was like, "Thank you."
That's so funny.
She's like, "That's why your skin's so
yeah,
good."
she's
I
like,
was
"Are you depressed and you stay
"Stop."
indoors?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's like, "That's the best thing you could do for your skin, actually." Is
Yeah.
go through a depression.
Totally. I don't know if it's because I'm depressed or if I just like my apartment and I don't want to leave.
I famously say, I like it too. I would never leave here.
You just tell
I'm
people.
addicted to your apartment.
That's so funny. Yeah,
It's a good spot.
I can never leave.
Yeah, you really don't ever. You can't.
I think we did it.
We did it.
I think we did it. We podcasted, dude. This is a great day
to podcast.
If people want to find you, if anyone listens to this podcast
Yeah.
and they want to find you,
Could you imagine
where
that?
can they find
Listen
you?
to me. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, and I would love followers. And
Ayo.
just,
And
you
she's
know,
super
you should do that.
funny.
I'm fun and funny, and I'll send you like a nice message if you follow me. No, I won't, but maybe. At Sara Bergmark on everything.
Weehoo.
Yeah.
And I'll link it in the comments below, guys. This has been Elle Diablo, the podcast. Bye.